Hello again everybody, this is gonna be a video on how to get higher FPS in Dying Light the following enhanced edition. I have also made a video on how to download this game that will be linked down in the description and on the card on the upper right hand. So make sure you check that out if you need this game, and let's get into the video. Now first things first, you need to have all background applications, especially the disk and graphic intensive applications like Adobe Photoshop, maybe Zoom, maybe Windows Media Player, maybe FLV, everything that plays a video or audio, even YouTube and Chrome in the background. And you can have uTorrent disabled as well because it's writing on my disk at this speed, and that's gonna cause major FPS drops. So make sure you have all of that disabled, or at least end their tasks before you run this game, and make sure you don't have Camtasia recording in the background or even fraps. So you can have fraps, but you can sacrifice like 1 or 2 FPS. That's great. And you can also disable applications such as Flux, because that's also graphic intense, as it constantly changes your screen color to, well, like daylight color, and you get the idea. Also have your antivirus disabled. I'll also recommend having your internet connection set to off, or maybe if you are on a laptop, set this to airplane mode. So with that out of the way, let's get into the tweaking. You need to go to this PC, my computer, whatever your Windows OS says. Go to Documents, Dying Light, Out, Settings, and there you have it. You have the video.scr, and before you do anything to this file, you need to back it up. All you need to do is copy and paste it in the same directory. It will rename it automatically, and you can either leave it with that name or rename it to underscore backup, or whatever name you know or like. So how to open the video.scr? You need to open new notepad and click drag and drop the video.scr into the notepad, and you will notice you have the name and everything in the notepad now, which is ready to be edited. Now this file already has description of what does what, so you pretty much don't need me, but still I'm gonna walk you through it. So the game supports 1024 by 768 resolution to the minimum, and we are gonna go below that, and for that you need to input 800 by 600. That's as low as I recommend you go, but you can always play around with the files. And the game goes down to medium with the texture quality, but up here it suggests that you can set the texture quality to low, so that's what we're gonna do. LOW, all the L will be in caps and other will be in lowercase, and you can set the shadow map size as low as 64 pixels and spot shadow map size to 64 as well. It'll be 1024 by default. And you can set the anti-aliasing, motion blur, and ambient occlusion to 0. You can also set the grass quality to 0, as the lower is better, and you can set this to 0. It will be on 2 by default. And just remember one thing: below this resolution line you will have a line set called full screen, and you need to erase it first to make this game work. If you do not, then your game is going to crash, and that is because 800 by 600 is not supported by the game. And how do I know it? Because I have tried it, I have failed in it, and that is how I know. So here's the original video.scr, and this is how it looks. So you have a few things that had to be deleted. That's why I have this opened right here, and you need to delete these three lines. I mean these three lines, these are the description. You can leave them right here or delete them if you want to, and just delete these three lines. The all the lines after anti-aliasing, you need to delete them, and make sure you save your file before you exit out of it, and right click on the file, on the video.scr file, hit properties and set this to read only and hit OK, because even if you screw up by touching the options in the game, you can just have the game crash itself and reload it without screwing up the entire file that you've just created. So I'm gonna have this particular video.scr linked in the description below. That'll be a mega link, and there's another mod I need to show you that is called no dust mod. I found it out in the Nexus mod page when I was looking for performance related mods. So just yesterday night I got that, and it'll be right here. Okay, so you always have the originals backed up, that's one thing. And here is the no flying dust mod, and all you need to do is extract the files where you see fit. Just copy this. Okay, just copy this file, copy, and head on over to your game directory, maybe from Steam or maybe wherever. For me it'll be local disk D games, Dying Light the Following, and head on over to the folder named DW, and you go in there and you just hit paste. You replace this file, but make sure you have a backup. I'm going to link the Nexus mod page for this mod in the description, and what it does is it disables the dust particles that you see floating around all over the map. It's in white crystal color, and that takes up pretty significant amount of space. So once you've done that, you are good to go. But if you need a little more FPS, you can try the major tweak that everyone likes to call the Dying Light Manager. So I have the link in the description for that as well. And once you get there, once you download it, just extract it wherever you see fit, but I'd recommend into the Dying Light game directory. So I have it right. Oh, where is it? Oh, okay, so I have it right here. I like to have this shortcut on my desktop, and that'll be clear why in a moment. So you open this up, you'll be asked to say yes to an UAC permission. You say yes, and this is how your thing should look like. And when this pops up, you should click cancel, because clicking yes or no is going to take you to a page that will not open at all anyway, so never mind. And you need to change the path to the game directory. For me it'll be D games, Dying Light the Following, and then the exe of the game. So once you've done that, you need to go to the game defaults tab, disable the sun lightning, disable sun shadows, because shadows, lens flare, and all that stuff are pretty graphic intensive and take up a lot of video RAM. So you disable all of these, and you can also disable chromatic aberration, but it caused glitches in my game, so that's just optional. I'll leave it up to you. Just tell me in the comments if you have tried it out, what was your result. And here in the start commands you can disable the intro videos, because watching the intro videos without a skip every time you load the game is pretty annoying, and I don't like that. So you can disable this. You can set the priority to high and even to real time, but if you're setting it to real time, make sure you have no other processes running in the background, because they will be prioritized as low in front of the real time priority game, and all you will have running is the game itself, and the other applications will be paused, and they will try to force their way out, which will cause a very well-known error in Windows 10 known as the device power state failure. So if you don't want that sad emoticon popping up on your screen saying that you're being rebooted, don't do it. Just set it to high, that's enough. And in the boost slash miscellaneous section, you can check all of these, and once you're done with this, create a backup. Even after you've checked all of this, create a backup. That will create a backup for you. And just, it's always good to create a backup, and once you're done, you can launch the game from right here. And every time you need to run this game, you have to do this. You don't have to go around checking all of this, because that's going to be remembered, and all you need to do is open the manager instead of the shortcut that the game created upon installation. So you open this and hit launch. That'll do this, that'll do the thing, and let's see if it worked. So I'm gonna hit launch now. I don't know if Camtasia is gonna record this, but I'm just gonna hit launch, and if we do not see the intro videos, that means it worked. One little thing I'd like to tell you, it is in 800 by 600 mode. So one thing you cannot do, you cannot go full screen. Even hitting the alt and enter keys won't work, and that is what you're gonna witness right away. So upon the launch of the game, first thing you'll see that the small screen will pop up, and then it'll go. Something you do not need to do is you have this thing of your pointer. You know what you've been taught in school. Do not tamper, do not click anything, because this means that your PC is trying to do something. Let it do its job, and let it get the game working for you. So just wait patiently with me, or go down the description, check it out. So we're almost in game, and we'll be seeing the please wait icon on the bottom left at any point of time now. So as soon as I see it, I'm gonna hit Alt and Enter to see if the full screen shortcut works, but I'm sure it won't. But if it did, then hey, you can try it out as well. Also, one more thing, while running Fallout 4 on this PC, I had a custom resolution of 800 by 600 and I used a particular upscale.dll mod. I don't know if it works for every game or was it Fallout exclusive. So I just hit Alt and Enter. It didn't work. I'm doing it again and I'm pressing the keys on my laptop so you guys can hear it. That's not happening. So let's just get over with it for now. If I ever have a solution for getting this game to full screen, I will update the description, and please come checking if you think it has to load. It'll, this warning appears when you have this do not tamper field of. Okay, so one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to skip to another application or open any other application while this loads, because this has a high priority and you'll screw it up and you so and don't skip to any other application, just try and wait. Alright, and I will turn down the video volume. Know if this sound is copyrighted or not. I've already had 2 warnings of copyrights regarding Call of Duty and one more game, Saints Row, so I don't want to repeat that again. And I will have a custom NCS sound in the video playing, so don't mistake it to the game sound, and let's see how much we get.